Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. We are resuming our Jurassic Difficulty Southwest USA Challenge Mode playthrough. This is part 2. We're picking up right where we left off, and hopefully we can get the park to at least 1 star, maybe even 2 stars today. That'll be the goal. Alright, so at the moment we're actually already very close to 1 star. Let's see if we can get some of the tranquilized dinosaurs delivered. I think there's still a couple of compies being delivered right now. That'll remove that penalty, and that might actually get us to 1 star. The next thing that I really want to focus on is trying to get the park tour, which requires 500 guests in the park. I'm a little bit concerned. I was kind of thinking about my decisions afterwards, but I'm a little concerned that I might actually need to get a new species into the park to actually get to 500 guests, in which case it may have been better to actually just keep those Gigant Spinosaurus out there. But we will see. It looks like we've still got several compies that need to be delivered. I'm actually a little worried. I've seen this happen to me when I was doing the hard mode playthrough. When dinosaurs are being moved, if you try to send them over like one of these really tall peaks, the dinosaurs can actually get like stuck up here, and then the game just doesn't know what to do. So I'm really hoping that does not happen to us. For right now, let's see. We have 54,000 profit per minute, which is nice, but remember, part of that's because we have 2 very, very expensive scientists right here. And one thing I remembered too is you can't actually view other scientists unless you have an open spot, so that's kind of an interesting move. But one thing that I think I should definitely do is get the expedition center put down, as long as we can afford it. This kind of looks like a good place to put it, so let's get rid of this water right here.
Transit has commenced.
That should still be plenty of water. We will do a little follow-up check on those dinosaurs in a few minutes, though, just to be sure.
Asset has been delivered.
Come on, there we go, I see it. Sometimes you just gotta have some patience with the building tools. Let's see, one thing I thought of that we should do is we named our rangers, we should name our vet. And this will be Sarah Harding. I forgot who the first name of the dino vet, but I know remember their first name was Harding, and then I know Sarah Harding's like related somehow, and she's in the second movie. Right, the compies are happy now. The little guys. Alright, so in the event that I do actually need to get another species in the park, let's see what choices we have. Carnotaurus, Amargasaurus. We're not gonna do Dimetrodon. I used Dimetrodon in my hard mode playthrough, and it was kind of difficult to accommodate because it needs so much water, and I don't think it tolerates any other dinosaurs either. We already have 50% of the Dilophosaurus genome. The problem with Dilophosaurus is that it has the sickly trait Chance, which, as we discussed before on this map, is a problem because all the dinosaurs with negative physical traits have their lifespan like destroyed. However, where is it? I think it's this one. You have to release 2 dinosaurs with the sickly trait. You see that requirement down there in the bottom right to be able to even research this immune response. So I'm kind of thinking that Dilophosaurus is going to be our second species. Alright, so far none of our compies have gotten stuck on the side of the cliff, so that's good. So, in my hard mode playthrough, what I did was this big middle area here was like a big Carnotaurus Majungasaurus paddock.
Transportation underway.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking of replicating. And then over here I had a Dilophosaurus enclosure, and I also had like a series of amenities and other things. And then the gyrosphere ride would start here, and it went through the Carnotaurus enclosure, and it went over to here where I had another group of like hotels and amenities. And so I'm kind of planning on trying to replicate that if possible. I think I can unpin this. Let me make sure there's no other like super important research that I'm... So if you remember, there's no upgrades available, which I'm like... It's nice because it makes the research much easier, but there's way fewer things to research, but that's kind of crazy that there's no upgrades. Alright, we're caught up on our diseases. Amenity modules is probably a good thing. This is another one we should probably look at some point. I think we're good here for now. Dilophosaurus is going to be our next dinosaur, so I'm not worried about that stuff up there. For now, let's grab the next set of amenity stuff. $5 million for a -25 publicity rating. Well, remember, we want the gyrosphere ride, which the goal for that was 500 guests in the park, right? So maybe this will actually help us get to the 500 guests in the park. So we're gonna say refuse and get the publicity rating. Alright, we're kind of at a standstill, so let's take a moment to earn some extra cash with some dino pictures. Others. I'm assuming that's just because there's way too many copies to count, but that's a crispy $250,000 picture right there. Contracts have refreshed. Let's see if there's a... So we don't really have the means to make more dinosaurs just yet. Number of guests, increase revenue. Let's try this one.
I do this because I love the craft, but a little extra in the bank doesn't hurt.
Oh, there's the little guys.
Despite its minute size, Opposite Naples is an accomplished...
Alright, our first fossils. And we got some minerals to sell. I actually don't have the staff available to do all these, but let's see how much this is going to give us. Okay, so this is going to give us 100% genome at least, but as you can see, we're going to have to do two separate extractions because we can't even research the upgrade to give us more space, which is interesting. Let's check on... Alright, so the dinosaur welfare is getting a little better. We're only at 314 guests right now, which is a little bit of a... which is not fantastic, to be honest, because that makes me think we're definitely going to need a second species to get to 500. Well, it does say the path capacity is 314. But we can't get the bigger path until we're at 1 star, which we are very close to 1 star, but I have a feeling that that dinosaur rating or welfare penalty is not helping us right now. Let's see, is there anything? Oh, there we go. We can make a little more money from that. We can make a little more money from that. Alright, so we squeezed out a little more money out of those. Okay, and then we just got the improved amenities, so now we have even more modules to pick from. Squeeze out every last dollar.
Delivery has been completed.
At the moment, it kind of looks like, oh, that's a little more skeleton display. Let's change all of these from fossil to skeleton display. That probably is gonna give us the best profit right now. Alright. Okay. Alright, our last coelophysis, or sorry, our last compy is on its way, and it did not get stuck on the side of the mountain. So that is good. And it looks like everybody's at 100% comfort. Oh, okay, they actually do run normally. They don't always do that little trot thing. I think I've only ever seen them move with that little trot animation. This one. Okay. Alright, so this is probably the way it is right now is the maximum. We're like that close to 1 star. Alright, everything's at 100%. So unless I can get like a little more money out of these amenities, then that just, oh, we can get a little more. Let's see if that'll be enough.
I'm not above expressing gratitude if it's in order. The last objective meets that standard. Thank you.
We are like ridiculously close. I think we can extract these fossils now. One thing I noticed that kind of stinks is at the moment we don't have. It's really good to have a scientist that has at least 3 of the genetics, so you can just pick 1 scientist. But we can't do that just yet, so that's alright. We'll just have to do 2 scientists for that. I'm pretty sure like literally everything is at 100% right now. The problem is we're just a little short of what we need, so that's okay. It's not ideal, but what means we're gonna have to do is we're just gonna have to build a path that snakes out over to here, and we'll put the Dilophosaurus enclosure until we get to enough rating to unlock those new things. So let's kind of, I'm not going to connect the path just yet, but let's kind of start getting to work on that. Ideally, in the future, this path that I'm making will actually hopefully be able to be destroyed, because I don't want this here permanently. This last piece right here I might keep, but the rest of this I will eventually probably want to get rid of. So let's see. I will want a viewing gallery. And so that looks good. Alright, so our fossils just finished. Let's see, around... Alright, so our visibility cone goes all the way back to there, so we're gonna make the exhibit at least about that big. Alright, so I'm hoping that this here is big enough. I need to have room for a ranger gate, and I need to have room for one gyrosphere gate in the future, and it looks like it's wide enough for it to handle the two of those, I think. Put that there. Put this over here. Alright, so we've got disgruntled scientists who we will rest, but I don't have a staff center. I can build that. I was gonna say, I was almost positive I researched it, I just forgot to build one. We're kinda running low on space in our intro first landing area, and I want to keep this open for expansion, so let's just put it over here. Terrain constraints, there we go. All right, substation. Let's put it right about here. And let's see, we have a substation here. Alright, while I'm doing that, let's keep our scientists busy. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use 3 points to just get this last one, which is, Actually, no, I'm just gonna have to wait. It's fine, because I don't even have the hatchery built anyway. Oh, there's no power, so I can't actually use it yet. So we're gonna build this out here. It's barely fitting that through. Eventually, I will probably just want to have a separate power source over here, but for now we don't have that luxury. Alright, and I actually have to connect the path in order for these buildings to be usable, so we're gonna have to just do that now. Alright, hopefully that dinosaur is sick with something that we can cure. Alright, now we have 2 extra open spots. So let's check and see if there's any like must-have scientists right now. This guy, genetics specialist, but his cost per minute is only 26,000. That's pretty tempting. This guy's got altruistic salary and a lot of genetics potential and a much lower recruiting cost, so this guy looks like a really good choice. Let me look at my... So this person has a lot of logistics skill. The two really expensive people, it's actually mainly just this person. I think I'll just keep this guy because, I mean, 40,000 a minute is expensive, but he can get up to 9 logistics. This person is the one who's really expensive. But generally, I don't have anybody who is super good at the genetics skill right now. So I think this guy is a really good choice. The only problem is I'm still going to have to research more training to get him up, whereas the other guy is just a little bit more and he's already at 5 genetics. I think I'm just going to go with this guy. Alright, and I think that's all for now. We'll eventually... Let's see if there's a similar logistics candidate. See, this guy's got... This is the opposite. He's got really good welfare points, but his cost per minute's really high. Alright, right now... This guy has 422, and he's 44,000 a minute. I don't know if that's worth that trade. This person's more per minute, but we still have to pay $80,000 to recruit them. So I think we just wait for the next scientist refresh for right now. But since I hired that genetics guy, he can definitely handle this last extraction here. Or I could send out another dig team and get more fossils first. So Carnotaurus is definitely going to be in the park because we're going to have a Carnotaurus Majungasaurus combo paddock. So let's do that. We'll send out an expedition for Carnotaurus and then we'll utilize... Okay, cool. So it's Cryptosporidiosis. So we already have that researched, and it's cured. Alright, so you probably may have already thought, where is your hatchery? We don't have one, and that's definitely not going to fit over here. So hatchery over here. Remember when I said that like having a cliff nearby is kind of dangerous? And kind of this cliff right here is pretty tall. What if I had it just go into this enclosure? Let's try this. Then the first time we actually like release a dinosaur and helicopter transport it, I'm going to have to save the game though, because there's a chance that with the positioning of this hatchery that it could get stuck on the mountains. Alright. And ranger post. I'm pretty sure Dilophosaurus wants forest and there. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Scientist breakthrough. Oh my goodness. What skill point are they gonna get? If it's this person, so this person is already our most costly person, but unrest 50% is like defeats the whole purpose, so we're just going to pay them more, but this person unfortunately is probably going to be fired at some point anyway. Yeah, 82,000, oh my god. I mean, just compared to the other scientists, that's crazy. This guy, I don't have the money to recruit him right now. Let's see, we have 4 logistics in just this dude alone. Is there anything that, like, here, let's get this researched with the super salary person, and then I think we might just let them go, because then I can train up my other scientists, because that person's draining the profits right now. Man, we are so close to 1 star. It's kind of ridiculous. The transport rating is suffering now that we have that janky path into the middle of nowhere. That's kind of to be expected. Let's see if we can take another picture for a crispy $200,000 bonus. That's better. Right, there's still... This is actually a really nice place for an enclosure, because this... I mean, if I know the sun doesn't, like... There isn't like a heat factor, but the exhibit is in the shade most of the time. Look at this big chungus. Kinda random, but I was playing the Jurassic Park scenario, and I had Chasmosaurus and Triceratops in the same enclosure because they actually tolerate each other. And Triceratops is way bigger than Chasmosaurus. I was very surprised by that. Alright, we got the staff improvements. Is there anything on here that, like, I just really need to hang on to that other scientist for? Viewing platform. We might as well just research as many things with this person as we can until we get rid of them with the 5 logistics points. Okay, we got our fossils. Only 1 mineral, unfortunately. So we definitely want this. 4, 3, 2, and Takeda is our genetics specialist. Right, so I'm going to not spend any more money for right now. So because the current objective is to get the Dilophosaurus in this enclosure so that we can actually get to the star rating we need in order to kind of move on and progress. Is there no forest tool for this map? I thought some dinosaurs needed forest. Maybe the shrubbery counts as forest or something. So anyway, I'm kind of planning around. Actually, now that I think of it, I mean, we can just have the tool ride come over here. It doesn't need to go into the enclosure because we have full visibility from this platform. This exhibit is definitely kind of on the smaller side, so we might not be able to fully maximize it with Dilophosaurus. Let's see, put in the comments which stuff do y'all like more, the Jurassic Park, the Dinosaur Protection Group, Lost World, or the Jurassic World paint skins. I'm gonna go with the Lost World ones for right now because I can get a full matching set for everything, including the vet vehicle. I thought there was a Jurassic Park one. I'm positive that when I was playing the Jurassic Park scenario, there was a Jurassic Park vet vet van. That's definitely what it's called, right? All right, so thirsty and sickly. I'm pretty sure that's another negative trait that we're going to have to just, where is it here? Drought tolerance. Have one dinosaur die of dehydration? Are you kidding me? That's a requirement? What? That's questionable. Let's do kind of like desert skinned Dilos, and I don't have anything else unlocked, so this will be a very interesting first batch of Dilophosaurus. So remember, we definitely want to use this guy for the incubation because of the cheaper incubation bonus, but we'll use this dude for the synthesis. Alright, just wait for that for a moment. Alright, let's see what we got. Sickly, social, sickly, fit. And it costs 3 welfare. So I can train some scientists, so this guy is going to be, we're always going to be using him when we incubate dinosaurs, so let's train his welfare up at least 1. Alright, this guy is going to be our main logistics person, and I think we're going to get rid of this scientist for now. Hopefully I won't regret that later. And then this dude is our genetics specialist, but right now we don't need anything that costs more than 5 genetics. So basically, because these all have this trait, they are all going to die very quickly. So I kind of think we need to do like a second batch of dinosaurs. Otherwise, they're. Because don't they have a minimum social? They need a minimum population of 3. So what's going to happen is 3 of the 4 have sickly, so those 3 are probably going to die very quickly. So we need to get another batch and hopefully not have all of them get the sickly trait the way these ones just did. And then we basically need to release both of the batches almost at the same time. That's crispy 20K in the bank. It probably hasn't been long enough in between pictures, but we're going to take another picture anyway. Yeah, species repetition, but we'll take it. We need all the help we can get. Okay, this has 7 viable eggs. Thirsty, so sickly, nocturnal, sickly. How much is it for all of these? Oh, 2 million for all of these. This is definitely the better batch, though. Alright. This is where we're gonna have to like get really nitpicky with certain things. So we have to release only 2 dinosaurs with the sickly trait to be able to actually research this. We need 1 dinosaur to die of thirst, so we're definitely, and we also have to release a dinosaur with the thirsty trait. So we only need 2 dinosaurs with sickly, so we're only going to release 2 that have sickly. And then the rest of these are good, so... Alright. So we're just gonna have to save up for a bit.
Read up on this next objective. You'll want to get this one into the finish column.
Build amenities. Construct a medium amenity for shopping. Alright, sure. This is another problem we're going to run into later. I'm almost positive we'll at least need medium amenities for this area. And as you can see, well, this one will actually fit, but it stakes, action figures. The way I have these paths organized is not in our best interest at the moment. Shopping. There we go. Gave me a little boost at least.
Okay,
So
you done good.
we don't have any of the adventure guests right now, so it's it's annoying because like this is the better option, even though it's technically spending some money for the column with no guests. Unfortunately, there's really not much else I can do right now until we just have enough money to release the Dilophosaurus. Our profit per minute just tanked for several reasons. I did get rid of the really costly scientist, so that's a positive, I guess. I could. See, the thing is we don't even have the like improved yield bonus because we can't research it. See, these other ones are making a much better profit over here because it costs less money to operate the small amenities. But I don't know if I have like this one still is technically making money though. And I think it would be more expensive to demolish that and put down a small amenity. So unfortunately, I think I just have to like skip time for right now. 7,000 a minute. Wow. That's like pitiful. Is it because I mean like I had to put this stuff down. But what if I turn this off? Will people stop coming over here? Because right now what's happening is my park rating is lower because my transport rating is terrible because people are thinking, oh, we have to walk over to here. Uh-oh. Okay, my transport rating is 100% now because I turned that off. Alright, we're gonna save before the storm comes in because no. Okay, so the silicosis heals over time, which is good. That damaged a lot of stuff, but thankfully nothing like super big, but of course that's gonna cause issues with our whole like money scenario. So that got damaged. Yeah, so we're going to be spending quite a bit of money just on repairing from that sandstorm. Alright, so the park is kind of reopening right now. I'm trying to figure out why this is so low. I think it's, like I said, I thought it was because of the transport rating, but I fixed that part because all you had to do was turn off this so that guests don't think they need to walk all the way over there. The restroom is damaged, and there's some dinosaur welfare issues. So theoretically, once that all gets fixed, we should make a little better profit per minute. We will see. But unfortunately, right now, I kind of just have to put it in speed mode until we have enough money to incubate those Dilophosaurus over here. Low health. Everything, this is though, it says right here, cures over time, so I guess the MVU just needs to come out and give them a little boost or something. So our ranger team is completely out of gas, which is also not cheap to fix, so we'll just give a little bit of gas for now. And we will see if we can take another picture for some more money. So it's if you're thinking what I'm thinking, it kind of seems like we were so close to having 1 star. It probably, not even probably, it would have been smarter and it would have been the better play to keep those Gigant Spinosaurus, because then we could have put them in this enclosure. I wouldn't have needed to build the hatchery. I would not have needed to incubate so many Dilophosaurus because of the whole sickly trait problem. If I needed some extra money, what I could have done was I could have sold like 2 of them, or I could have sold like some of the compies because there's so many of them. So just take that into consideration when you're doing your own parks, I would say. But right now, I'm still trying to figure out why our rating is bad. Because it was almost 1 star. The dinosaur welfare, I get that. The path capacity is now down to 200 when it was 314. So I don't understand why the path capacity is suddenly lower. So the dinosaur welfare problem should be done. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what's going on in the background that is causing our much lower profit per minute. So that part kind of stinks. I don't really understand what's going on there. I can't research the better pathing until I get to 1 star. And I can't get to 1 star until we release these Dilophosaurus. And I can't release them until I have enough money to do so. So I'm not really sure what to do other than just kind of skip ahead a bit. I might just have a cut in the video about here. Once I have enough money, I will come back if anything interesting happens. I might go out on the helicopter and take a picture or two for some extra monies. Okay, so let's see if we can make some progress here. I haven't been away that long. I did swap the medium amenity back to a small one because you can see we were only making like 2,000-ish dollars a minute with the medium, and we're making 7,000-ish minute with the small. I got some new contracts, and unfortunately the ones that I got were not ones that would help me get more money. One thing I did ultimately consider is, aside from just waiting here forever, what if, because remember the minimum population is 3, what if I just got 3 Dilophosaurus out and we just pick these 3 healthy ones because they'll have a normal full lifespan and release them. So that's what we're gonna do, so that way we can actually progress, because we're otherwise we're gonna be sitting around here for a while. So as you can see, that actually costs 840,000, but we're gonna pick our cheaper incubation friendo here. And there we go. So now we can actually afford those 3 Dilophosaurus. I've never seen this before where, I mean, you all remember from earlier, our path capacity was 314, and the only thing that I can think of is somehow making this path out here has somehow decreased our path capacity in the game. I don't understand how that works, like at all. But you know whatever, I guess. Once we get past this little hiccup, I think we're gonna need some time to kind of financially recover. But I'm hoping this will be enough to get us to 1 star, and then we can actually start researching the things we need to actually progress. Alright, so we've got our Dilophosaurus. Let's turn this gallery back on. And let's release them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce that the Jurassic Predator Dilophosaurus is now on display. Please
outsmart the dinosaurs, or you can outrun the dinosaurs. And after that, your options are pretty limited. But watching you handle that last objective, well, that was like art. Okay, maybe I'm laying it on a little thick.
Alright, there we go. There's the tour rides. Oh, they want prey?
You are impressing all the right people. Me, huh?
I thought they were okay with just the meat feeder, but obviously that's incorrect. We need 5 welfare for that, so we're gonna have to use This dude's already disgruntled, so let's not use him. Alright, there it is, the wide path. Alright, so as you can see, that basically unlocked like everything that I wanted, that we needed. So let's, we're not doing fabulous on the monies right now. Oh yeah, and I have to research the freaking path too. Like, some other things that the game makes you research, some of, like, the pathing is a little annoying. I like how in some of the scenarios, how some of the things automatically just unlock when you reach a certain rating. But, you know, whatever, I suppose. I think what's a lot of the problems I'm having could have been avoided if I just kept the Gigantospinosaurus. I'll even like pin a comment in that video to say that that was basically a tactical mistake. There it is, live prey feeder. Right here. Alright. They should now be at 100% happiness. And so the next thing we need to do is kind of, for now, let's just get down the basics in this area. The shelter. And the restroom. Alright, now let's research that super cool wide path. There we go, just enough skill points. Alright, so we did the morally outrageous correct thing last time. This time we're taking that big chunk of money. So we got a 50% boost to our sabotage risk. So we will need to keep an eye on that, but with that extra money, that means I think we're going to put some amenities down over here. Let me flatten this terrain really quick. That's not that much. It's not like wildly more expensive than the usual. Alright, so one there. Okay, and these are turning a profit, so that's good. There we go, that'll do. There we go, that fits. There we go. And one more. Alright. That is good. That is good. Let's get that wide path down, and then we can research our tour rides next. And then maybe we can even release a couple of the sickly Dilophosaurus, because we need to do that at some point anyway, even though that's kind of stinks that that's a thing we have to do. Alright. So, sickly... We're gonna release these 3 right here. We only need to release 2 that are sickly, and this one's got the social trait, which increases the dominance problem. So we got this guy. Oh, we want the logistics available for him. So there we go. And how many points does it cost to do these? It costs 6 points, so we're just gonna do both of these. Alright, wide path, replace on. That still is overcrowded over there, but it's much more doable. So let's check on our path capacity now. See, now it's 1,000. See how crazy of a difference that is? So yeah, our transport rating is doo-doo, but we're working on that with the ride. Once we have the ride built, we're going to get rid of this path entirely. Alright, our disgruntled, rest, but we can release some more Dilophosaurus. One thing I never think I've actually mentioned is how excited I was when I saw that they fixed how the Dilophosaurus walks/runs. In the first Jurassic World evolution, the Dilophosaurus had this weird... I'm not really sure how to describe it, but the way it ran looked really weird. Alright, so let's conclude the episode by building the gyrosphere so you guys can see what I've been trying to describe. Alright, attractions, gyro station. It'll be hilarious if this is wrong, but my understanding is that this will, so yeah, I'm going to build another station over here. My understanding is that this will count as transportation. We'll put it right here for right now. Hopefully that's not too long of a walk. So I'm gonna have to get rid of that path at some point, and I feel like guests are just going to like die out in the desert unless I don't delete it very, very slowly and purposefully or something silly like that. Alright. So the plan is like I said, this middle area here is going to be the big Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, and maybe even a third carnivore will all be in there, but for right now, we're just going to build the route so that it connects back with the main base. Site manager sick. We can take that little hit there after we got our $5 million of shady money. Alright, so let's see, theoretically, oh, there's no, I need a power pylon over here. This should increase our transport rating to 100% if it works the way that I think it does. Let's see, these guys still have, I would say they have a pretty good amount. I could put more Dilophosaurus in here is what I'm trying to figure out. So they just remove the like forest need for this map or something. Requires power. Maybe another substation. Okay, so there you see it down there. Transport rating is part of the little bubble. So it says 46%. Let me kind of speed boost time for just a little bit. And let's see if our transport rating looks any better. Okay, 98. So it definitely worked. Okay, yeah, 98. Alright, so it works. The idea works. I was a little worried that maybe it only worked for the Jurassic Park era tour ride, but it appears to work for the gyrosphere as well. Who's sick? Is that our sickly Dilophosaurus? We're gonna pause for now after I accept this contract because my recording time is over an hour and I'm probably going to be running out of hard drives disk space, so we'll resume with figuring out this
We need to
disease
do
when
what
I
we
come
can
back.
for the dinosaurs, like taking on objectives. This
Research Deinonychus, ew. Alright. Alright, thank you all so much for watching.
The team's interested in this particular item, and we can help them with the research.
Like I said, the Gigant Spinosaurus would have probably been a better idea to just keep those. But we were gonna probably have Dilophosaurus at some point anyway. It would have most likely been a much better play to keep the Gigant Spinosaurus and have them be our species over here. And that would have definitely sped things up for us, but hey, that's what the fun of figuring some of these things out is. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.